Hello everyone, welcome back to a bonus round of TBR Mini Star Hop. I usually do it every other month, but I decided I wanted to do one in February as well because I haven't been reading as much as I would like this month. I have a lot of books left on my TBR, plus I like doing them and my Patreons like doing them, so we just kind of do them whenever I am able to, which I love. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be fun. I am hoping that the game is a little bit nicer to me this month. I obviously want to fit on books from my TBR, but I also just kind of want it to be a little more relaxing than last time. I want it to challenge me, but a 1,300 page book does not need to show up. I don't need that this time around. Other than that though, I think I would like it to, make it a little bit challenging for me. There are a couple books that I really would like to fit on. Other than that, I am pretty flexible with it. I am excited about a lot of the books that I have on my TBR, so I think this should be a really fun round. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's jump into the first roll. Whew, first roll of the Readathon. I'm really excited. I just don't really want a 6, and honestly, I don't really want a 4 because I feel like we always get a book over 500 pages. So let's get anything but a 6 and a 4. I probably just jinxed myself, but it's okay because I'm in a good mood. A 6. Of course I jinxed myself. Boom, back to the beginning. It's fine. It's fine. I still need to make that wheel. I didn't even make it. Okay, that was really unfortunate. It was pretty much exactly what I asked for it not to do, but since when does it ever listen to me? Noemi did say though on the sprints that it is probably, hopefully this is like a good sign, because last time I didn't get a 6 on the first one and then I got bad stuff later. So hopefully this means I won't get bad stuff later because I got my black hole out of the way at the beginning. We shall see though. I have made my wheel. I have started screen recording. I am a little nervous. Master of Sorrows is long. I think Daughter of the Forest is also quite a long one as well. Honestly, I don't have a preference. Monstress would be amazing, right? That would be so good. But you know what? Let's spin. Let's see. Oh, please be nice to me. Yes! Oh, it could not have been better. Like, it was really mean to me and then really nice to me. This is perfect. This is amazing. Okay. Yay, I'm gonna go grab options. Okay, I am back with my options. I have several, and they're actually all from my monthly TBR. I feel like I was able to fit a lot of books I was really excited about on my monthly TBR, so picking from it is not a problem for me this month at all. But I don't have a problem with going outside of it if I need to, but this time it's a free pick, and so these are the ones I brought. So I have Sunshine by Robin McKinley. This one is, I think it is an adult kind of like contemporary or urban fantasy. It has vampires. I know that Robin McKinley usually writes fairy tale-esque stories. I think this might be a Beauty and the Beast kind of retelling. So I'm really excited for this one. I think this should be really fun. The thing with this one though is I'm a little bit hesitant to choose this one now because I think Robin McKinley's writing style, as far as the books I've read by her, is pretty easy to read late at night when I'm super tired because it's easy to digest. The stories tend to have like a fairy tale-esque feel, so they're very comfortable to read, so it doesn't take quite as much brain power. I'm kind of hoping, I don't know, obviously I haven't read this, but that's kind of the vibe I'm thinking it might give, so I might want to save this one for like the middle of the night. I also grabbed Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This one is an adult high fantasy series and it is very like epic, has a great magic system, awesome characters, found family stuff to it. And I am reading this one as the Cosmere read along with my Patreons, and I am so excited to jump back into this one. I want to mark it up. I want to like notice Cosmere connections. The thing that's making me hesitant to pick this one at this time is it is over 500 pages, but it's around like 550-ish pages, at least this version is. So I'm hesitant to pick it now because it could be my book over 500 pages. So that would be the hesitancy on that one. I also have Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier. This one, I am really hoping for some atmospheric, beautiful writing, awesome storytelling from this one. I also gifted this one to my best friend for her birthday literally yesterday and told her I'm reading it this month. So I kind of want to get it read. So if she also reads it this month, we can discuss it. This is my Patreon buddy read for the month, and I'm really excited for it. This one is less than 500 pages, so it wouldn't count for that prompt. But it is a little bit longer, right? And we are back at the beginning. And I also have Monstress Volume 1, which would be a really fast, easy pick, right? Because it is a graphic novel. We could jump back into the next role fairly soon. Hesitancy on this one is, it is my only book that is shorter that is on my TBR, and my only graphic novel as well. And it's kind of my only short book and graphic novel that I'm really interested in reading at this point. I don't have other ones where I'm like, oh, I could just grab that one. You know what I mean? If the prompt came up, I mean, obviously I could find one, but this is my only one on there. So I'm like, do I read it now? I don't know. Like, I could finish it fast, but then what if the prompt came up? I'd probably be annoyed with myself. So those are my choices. Those are the ones that I have. And honestly, I'm just going to pick Daughter of the Forest. My practicality leans towards this one, but also I'm really excited for it. And I am awake right now and I have energy. So I feel like even if this is kind of a complicated book, or the writing is a little bit like more complex, takes a little bit more brain energy, I have that right now. It's not the middle of the night. So I think this might be the one that I choose. I'm really excited for it. And yeah, this is the one we're going to go with. We're going to be starting with Daughter of the Forest. This is pretty long, so it's like a little bit setting myself up. I know I'm at the beginning, but hopefully it's nice to me the rest of the game, and this doesn't come back to bite me, but I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be my first pick of the readathon. Okay, it is now, what time is it? It is now about 3 in the morning. Love that. And I have finished Daughter of the Forest. This has taken me over 12 hours of the readathon to do, actually 13 hours to be pretty close to spot on, actually. But it was so worth it. This book is so good. I absolutely loved it. This is a story that follows a girl in Ireland like a long time ago, right at the time of like swords and things. And she is the daughter of a chieftain essentially, and she is the 7th child and has 6 older brothers. And it's really kind of a story about her and her connection and love for her brothers, and all of the things that she goes through to be able to save her brothers from something terrible that has happened to them. And the writing in here is just so beautiful. I love the immersive nature of this book. I felt like I wasn't even noticing the time pass while I was reading it. I was just so invested in the story. I cried multiple times. I think that this author kind of gives me Robin Hobb vibes in the way that she kind of develops her characters and develops our, like, at least my emotional attachment to them as a reader, and how she just kind of hurts her characters a lot in the books. And I loved it. I thought this book was so good. I had such a great time reading it. I really loved our main character. It was kind of crazy because I would forget at times how young she was in this book because of how mature she really was. And that is surprising to me because I usually feel like that is opposite in books. I liked the setting, I liked the atmosphere, I liked the story, I liked the writing, I liked the pacing. It is fairly slow paced, honestly, but I didn't really feel that in this book. I loved sitting with our character, and this is single POV. We're just following this main character as she goes about her quest. It does feel very much like a fairy tale where our main character has these quest tasks to complete, and we are just like very much with them, and they are our heroine for the story. I just had such a great time with this. I'm definitely going to be continuing on with the series. This was such a great book and I absolutely loved it. So let's jump into our next role. We are at the beginning. Honestly, it can't really get much worse, so let's just see what we get. Okay, let's not get a 6 again. I just don't have the energy right now. A 2. I mean, we didn't go very far, but I guess I will take it. Okay, let's see the prompt we get. Okay, we got a moon. We only moved 2 spaces, but I guess on the plus side, we can't get a book over 500 pages, so that makes it a little bit better. Hopefully I don't get husband pick. He's already asleep. Other than that, I think it should be okay. Over 400 pages is still doable too. I think we can do this. Okay. Okay, here we go. No. Oh, yes. Definitely doable. Okay. This is not bad. We can do this. Okay, so we really don't need options at this point because we all know what I'm going to pick. I actually specifically saved it last time when I was picking out a book to read because I was like, you know what if we get graphic novel? And we did. I almost feel like the game rewarded me with graphic novel because I saved my graphic novel just in case. So it's going to be Monstress. And honestly, I was going to go to bed now because I went to bed super late last night. So I'm pretty tired, but it's a graphic novel. I feel like I almost need to take advantage of the fact that I'm getting a nice one and read it tonight and then roll again. I think I need to. I think I got to do it. Okay, we're going to stay up. We're going to read Monstress and we're going to do one more roll before I go to bed. It'll be fine. I'm still probably going to be getting more sleep than I did last time, so it'll be okay. Okay, it is, it's almost 4:30. That's lovely. We're at 4:30, but I have finished Monstress. This is a reread for me. I have read this before. And honestly, I feel like when I reread high fantasy books, I always pick up something new. And this is a high fantasy graphic novel series. And I also picked up things that kind of come into play later. And I felt like I understood it so much more this time around. Plus, I absolutely, sorry, hiccups. Love that. I absolutely love the art style of this graphic novel series. I think it is so pretty. It is just gorgeous. The colors and the art is some of my favorite parts, but the world is also really cool as well. I like the story. I am really invested in the series and I'm excited to be able to reread them and actually understand things better, because I do feel that when I read this series for the first time, I didn't reread them, and so I would kind of forget some things and I didn't quite understand everything that was going on all the time. So I'm hoping that this time through I'll be able to understand it a little more. I guess I didn't really explain. For those of you who don't know, this is a high fantasy graphic novel series. We're following this woman who has these dark magical powers inside of her, and kind of multiple sides of this war want to get her to either use her or kill her. And it's just really interesting. It's intriguing. It has a lot of politics going on. And yeah, I absolutely love it. It's probably my favorite graphic novel series that I've read quite a few of. So yeah, excited to jump back into this world, but let's go ahead and do the next roll. I just would love to get past that first black hole, but I will accept anything but the black hole. Okay. Whew. Not a 4. I will be happy with anything but a 4. Ooh, a 6. Yay. Oh, this brings me so much joy. I feel like I have a little bit of trauma with 6s, but I am so happy. Ooh, and another moon prompt. Okay, let's go see what we get. That was great. That was honestly the best that we could have asked for. Maybe the game's making it up to me for being so mean at the beginning and starting me off with a black hole when it was so mean the time before. Maybe it's trying to make me continue to want to play it. I don't know. Honestly, again, I don't want a husband pick because my husband is sleeping, but I guess I could kind of wait till he wakes up at this point to pick which book I'm going to read. Other than that, I don't really mind. I don't have another graphic novel, but I guess I could just read the next Monstress You know, I'm not too fussed right now, and it might be because I am so tired. Wow, that is like right on the line. It was, I guess, yeah, it's in its monthly pick or monthly TBR. Okay, that's fine. That's easy. I mean, I feel like that I'm just going to grab the rest of the books that are left on my TBR and decide which one I want to do from there. I will be back. Okay, so I have returned with my stack of options. I only have 3. There are technically 4 books that are still on my TBR, but one of them I am like reading with my husband, and so I'm not going to be putting it as an option. So I have Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in his Mistborn trilogy. I'm, like I said, reading this with my Patreons, and I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite series of all time. I love jumping back into this world. I also have Sunshine by Robin McKinley. I am really excited for this one. I think it's going to have a lot of fairy tale vibes to it, and I think it'll be a relatively easy read. And I also have Master of Sorrows. I don't have the cover for it because it is on my black and gold bookshelf. But this one I have read before, so it would be a reread, and I know that I love it. I've given it 5 stars, and I really enjoy this book. So these are my 3 choices that I have. This is kind of a tough decision for me because I am going to go to sleep, and I'm going to get maybe I don't know, 4 hours of sleep, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm gonna have like slept right before I start this next book. Honestly, I think I'm between these 2, and I'm kind of, yeah, I'm being pulled between them. I'm not sure which one I want to go with because I haven't read this one. So it might be like really engaging, but I know I love this one, so I think it'd be really fun. Oh, this is hard. It's so hard for me to make decisions this late at night. Like, I actually really, really struggle with it. Every time I do a readathon and I'm making a decision on what book to read at 4:30 in the morning, I struggle. You know, I think I'm going Mistborn. I'm just feeling it. I'm excited to jump back into this one, and I'm just really looking forward to reading this one. Plus, it's a reread, and I think it'd be kind of fun to be reading this one on sprints. I don't know. This is the way I'm leaning. This is the way we're going to go with it. This is it. This is the one I'm choosing. I'm going to go with Mistborn. It's over 500 pages, but I don't know. It's a reread. It should be pretty fast, right? Right. This is one we're going with. I've decided it's happening. Whew. I might regret this later. I don't know. I still have a black hole in front of me. I've hit it before. Oh, I really hope not. I really hope not. Okay, it is now about midnight, but I finished this a little over an hour ago, and I actually did start another book with fingers crossed that it will fit a prompt, or I will be picking it for the end. I really hope I did not start the other book for nothing, but I was down at the hot tub, and I just didn't really want to come up yet to do the next roll, so I hope I didn't just waste some time, but I finished Mistborn. I love this book. I really don't know what else to say about this that I haven't already said. This is my 3rd time reading this book. I absolutely adore this series. I love these characters. The part in it where like all of the crew is coming in and we're meeting them for the first time, I'm just like, I'm dying, I'm grinning, I'm giggling. I'm so excited to like be back with these characters. I absolutely love this series so much. The world is fun. The characters are great. I like the witty banter between them. I love the like emotions in this. Like, it's just all so good. The twists, like, it's just so much fun. And reading it again this time, seeing all of the foreshadowing and even kind of picking up on some things, I'm like, wait, that is a tiny little tidbit in here, and yet it kind of connects to something later. It's just masterful how this is done. So I don't know. I had so much fun with this. I am so glad that I reread it. I am having such a great time rereading the Cosmere. And I am now on to the next roll, and I am just begging that we do not hit that second black hole. I really need to not. You know, I really need it. I need it. Okay, so clearly don't want a 3. And we can't get to the end with 1 roll, but oh, I really just don't want a 3. A 6. Another 6. Did we just get a 6? I swear we just got a 6. Oh, I don't know why I'm like going back and counting like the fact that we just got a 6 would negate this 6 for some random reason. It doesn't. We got another 6. Oh my gosh, this means that we literally only have 2 more books. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm so excited. Okay, let's see what our prompt is. I am so happy right now. I feel like the game is making up for the last round. I mean, we did still hit 1 black hole, but we rolled 3 6s. Did we roll any? Okay, so we rolled 3 6s and a 2. Like, we literally rolled almost all 6s this game. This is insane. Does this dice have something wrong with it? Does it have like something that makes it land on 6s more than anything else? I feel like one game we got like all 4s or something. It goes in streaks, but anyway, I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. This is beautiful. Now we know that we only have 2 books left. One of them is a free pick. So it doesn't even really matter what this prompt is. I'm just gonna spin because I'm gonna be happy with whatever we get. Okay, you know, I actually can do this because my husband is still awake as of right now. So I'm going to go and have him pick one real quick. I will be back. Okay, so he has made his choice. I usually give him a few options, right? Like kind of narrow it down a little bit. Plus he knows what books are on my TBR for the month. And we are going with Master of Sorrows for our choice here. I think I've read Master of Sorrows for this readathon before. I could be wrong, but something's telling me that this has been on the readathon in the past. It might have been a long time ago, like a couple of years ago, but I feel like I've done this before. So here we go. I'm really hoping that we get done with this like early enough that I can still use the book that I started, because I started a book down at the pool, right? And so I'm hoping I'll be able to pick that one for my final one because I'll have enough time for it. But either way, I'm going to be able to finish this in time, and I can put as short of a book as I need to on as my final one to be able to win. But I just might not be sleeping tonight, and I'm not really mad about that because I'm having a lot of fun and I'm really enjoying this readathon, and I feel pretty wide awake right now. So yeah, here we go. We're going with Master of Sorrows, and this is a reread though, so it should be a pretty quick one. It shouldn't be as long as this book makes it seem like, because I think it's around 650 pages. Oh no, it's under 600. So it really shouldn't be too bad. I'm hoping maybe I'll have it finished by like 8 in the morning. We shall see. But yeah, that is our penultimate book for this readathon. And I'll come back to you later. I will be super tired by then, but as of right now, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, it is now about 7:30 in the morning, 8, I don't know, it's something like that. I'd grab my phone and look, but I am tired. But I have finished Master of Sorrows. I am really happy that I was able to fit this one on, even though it meant I got no sleep because this was on my monthly TBR. But it was a reread for me, so it was quite a bit faster of a read. This is an adult high fantasy story, and it follows a young boy named Enev who is in this like school where he's training to become kind of like an avatar of judgment is what they're essentially called. But it's within this religious kind of hierarchy. This is a religious school, and he wants to advance to that position within this school. And my battery's gonna die. I'll be back. Okay, change out the battery. So our main character is having to pass some trials to be able to become this avatar, which is like a higher level within this religious hierarchy. And he has a mentor who's kind of been almost like his stepfather his entire life. He's raised him, taken care of him. And I really like this story. I like how it is written. It's really easy to get into. The writing isn't super complicated, but I do kind of like the background of the history of the gods of this world and what has led them to this point, and how these people have kind of come to believe what they do based on what kind of history of what happened was left to the people. I like the trials aspect. I always think those are really fun. I think our main character is interesting. He tends to be a little bit naive and maybe a little idealistic at times. I really like his mentor. Overall, it's just like a really fun story. And I loved it. I reread it because it was a 5-star the first time, and I want to move on and read the second book, and I just have never gotten around to it. So this time it's gonna happen, and I'm determined. But since we have what, like 6-ish hours until the end of the readathon, I definitely need to jump in to the next roll and see what we get, because I do not have too much time left, and I want to win. After all this, I want to win. Okay, here we go. It really does not matter what we roll because we'll be at the end. So a 3, perfect, fine, yay, here we go. Okay, we are at the final spot of the readathon, and as it is the final spot, it is a free pick. And I didn't even really bring options because I know what I want to pick. I mentioned before that I had a book that I started while I was down at the hot tub and was hoping I would have been able to pick it as my next book. Didn't end up happening. But I'm going to read it now, and that is Sunshine by Robin McKinley. This book is, I think, like the final book that is on my TBR for the month of February, besides Aragon, which I'm reading with my husband. So by finishing this book in the readathon, I will have officially won my February TBR, which is amazing. And so I really think that this is the book I'm going to pick. It obviously means I'm not going to be sleeping. I'm going to be reading straight through to the end of this readathon, and I'm hoping I'll be able to finish it. I've kind of looked at timing wise, and I think it should be fine, but we shall see. I am looking forward to this book, though. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've enjoyed all my Robin McKinley books that I have read so far. So yeah, here we go. This book is going on as the final book for the readathon. I might regret this, but after, when I'm done, I can just go take a nap. It's fine. Okay, so it is now 10 minutes to 2. So I literally finished my final book for the readathon 10 minutes before the end of the readathon, but I did successfully finish Sunshine by Robin McKinley, so I have won the readathon. I'm tired. I do feel I've had 2 coffees within the last 2 hours, I think. So that's probably why I have the energy that I have right now. But the crash is coming. I will likely be going to take a nap pretty soon, but I finished the final book and I really enjoyed this book. This is very, very different than I was expecting it to be. Robin McKinley is an author that I haven't read anything besides her kind of YA-esque books that she has written that were fairy tale retellings, and this one is very different than that. This is definitely adult, and it has a really different voice to it. It has a really different vibe, but I still very, very much enjoyed it. I think it took me a minute to kind of adjust my expectations, but once I did, I loved this book. I thought this was just a very intriguing vampire story. This one we follow this girl named Sunshine. Her name's really Ray, but she goes by Sunshine because she loves sunshine so much. It was a nickname given to her. And she is a baker. She goes out to this lake one day and she is kidnapped by these vampires, and she is imprisoned in this house with another vampire, and we kind of go from there. It's a really interesting story. We're essentially in this world where magical beings are real. You have sorcerers and demons and weirs and vampires and stuff. And there's this division of law enforcement that is specifically for these Others is what they're called. And I just thought it was an interesting story. She has a really interesting voice too. It's very unique. She has like a lot of sass and sarcasm, and overall I just had a really good time with this book. It was very different than a lot of other books that I have read, but I liked it. I probably have some more coherent thoughts at a different time, but as of right now, that's what I've got, and I have officially won the readathon. And looking at this stack of books, I'm actually kind of impressed, honestly. I obviously did not sleep very much. I think I maybe got a couple hours of sleep, maybe like 5 hours of sleep in the last 48 hours, probably less because I didn't sleep last night, like at all. But here's our stack. This is crazy. This is actually almost the entirety of my February TBR, besides Aragon, I think. Oh no, I had one other one, Foul Days, but I read that earlier this month. Okay, this is absolutely insane. So we had Sunshine for the final spot free pick. We have Daughter of the Forest, which was for a black hole free pick. We have Mistborn, which was a monthly TBR, Master of Sorrows for husband pick, and Monstress for a graphic novel. I really actually am intrigued how the page count looks on here. I might put it up here, but this was a lot of reading. This is so much. How on earth did I read this much in 48 hours? I feel like maybe the last game has very much increased my expectations for my ability to just like not sleep and read the entire time. But I enjoyed every book that I read. This is probably one of the top readathons for quality of books. Like they're all 5 or 4 star books for me. This is crazy. I don't know the last time that I've had a readathon that had this good of quality. Like, I loved the books that I read on this readathon, and fair enough, 3 out of the 5 were rereads. So that is not surprising that they were 5-star reads, but still, this was a great readathon. I had so much fun with it, and it is still pretty early in the day. It's 2 o'clock, which is really early to be ending one of these readathons, but I'm definitely going to go sleep for a while. I do not know when I'm going to wake up. Probably, I have Pilates tonight, so I will have to wake up. Whew, it's fine. I'm gonna survive this. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm so glad that I was able to do this kind of like extra bonus readathon and get through like all my books for the month. Thank you all so much for watching and joining in on this. Let me know what books you've read in February, which ones you're enjoying, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.